This is Ed Rep Radio, presented by Eastman Music Company. This is Ed Rep Radio, a podcast to bring you ideas and information from industry experts you can use on the road every day. Presented by Eastman Music Company, and I'm your host, Shane Duell. Welcome to the first season of Ed Rep Radio, which, to the best of my knowledge, is the first podcast specifically for Ed Reps who are out there on the road every day, working hard to service and support the country's school music programs. Whether you call yourself an Ed Rep or a road rep or a school music rep, this podcast is for you. I wanted to take a moment to explain how this podcast came to be and what to expect from Ed Rep Radio. First, a bit why Eastman Music Company is supporting this podcast. Many of us in sales and product management positions at Eastman were Ed Reps before we came over to the manufacturing side. We remember the long days and lots of miles on the road, the dedication we had to our band and orchestra teachers, and the 70-plus hour work weeks during rental season. We remember driving through crazy weather to deliver a box of needed reeds before a teacher's band concert because they had just run out. Hauling heavy sousaphone cases with no wheels and missing handles down the maze of school hallways out to the van on the other side of the school. We remember the missed birthday treats back at the break room that everybody ate before you got back to the store, and the missed training sessions offered by a manufacturer rep that visited while you were out on the road. We've been there, and we want to support you by offering a voice to keep you company in the van. We want to bring you useful information and encouragement for the unique and extremely important role that you play in the world of music education. A little background on me, your host, Shane Duell. Why am I hosting this podcast? Because I loved being an Ed Rep, and I enjoyed pushing myself to do the job better every day. I grew up in Michigan as a trumpet player and received a degree in music ed from Western Michigan University, but I never went into teaching. My first job out of college was the advertising sales manager for the Instrumentalist magazine in Chicago. I would call on all of the companies in the school music industry to see if they wanted to advertise in the magazine. And it was an amazing big picture view of the industry, a side of music that until then I really didn't know much about, but I grew to love. In 2004, my wife and I decided to move to Salt Lake City, to the middle of the Rocky Mountains where some of the best skiing in the world is. I sent out my resume to a couple of music stores in the area, and Summer Haze Music gave me a call and said they had an opening for an Ed Rep job at the time. So I accepted. The stars were aligned because quickly I realized this was the perfect job for me, and Summer Haze Music was a great place to work and grow my knowledge of the music industry. It challenged me every day on the road because I was not the only road rep out there competing for the same business with the same customers. I was fortunate to work for the Summer Haze family, who was very involved in industry groups like NAMM and NASMD. If NASMD is a new name to you, that's the National Association of School Music Dealers. You can check out their website on nasmd.com. NASMD puts on great conferences every year that travels throughout the country, and I was able to attend great educational sessions geared towards people like me and talk with other Ed Reps from around the country. I loved gaining more knowledge and improving my skills as an Ed Rep, and I enjoyed making a science out of doing my job better every day. And this was really the inspiration to host this podcast. I'm now a regional sales director for Eastman, but this podcast isn't about me and it isn't about Eastman. This podcast is about you. The challenges you face, the knowledge that you need, the ideas to help you continually raise the bar of your service to your customers. So we'll talk to other successful Ed Reps with years of experience in the field. We'll talk to band and orchestra teachers willing to share their thoughts on what they think makes a great Ed Rep and how you can best service them. We'll talk to experts in specific instruments. They'll share their knowledge on the products that you sell. Season 1 of Ed Rep Radio contains episodes from all these different groups of people in various topics. And you'll notice there's a particular emphasis on the orchestra world in Season 1 because from my personal experience and talking to other Ed Reps from around the country, orchestra is a popular topic to learn more about because the majority of Ed Reps out there come from a band background. And we're very fortunate at Eastman to have a particular expertise in orchestral strings, and we want to help you build your knowledge and confidence in working with string teachers. At the end of each episode, you'll hear how to contact us and share your thoughts on the podcast. We would love to hear from you as to how to make Season 2 even better with topics that you would like to learn more about. We hope you enjoy Season 1 of EdRep Radio. Thanks for listening, and drive safe.